Hey everybody, Wayne here, aka Squirrel Madness, back with another video. This is my third attempt. The first two were interrupted by Marjorie barking, so I think Marjorie's saying hi to everyone, including Tina. So anyway, really quickly, thanks to my third video in a week, and this is kind of an AOK shout out as well, although not, it's definitely a thank you. Like I can't say thank you enough. It's not like a comic book collector to comic book collector thing like Tina, and some great stuff that I got from Johnny Future, which I do want to give a shout out. Johnny Future and I did a little bit of a trade, and I do want to throw out that Johnny was really kind and provided some extra bonus books for me, which were some really awesome reprints I'm so happy to have in my collection, including first Swamp Thing, first Wolvie, first Poison Ivy, and first Ra's al Ghul. And anyone who says Ra's al Ghul should be shot. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much, Johnny. Much appreciated. You're a really cool dude. Pleasure doing business with you anytime. But the reason I came on here is because this is kind of weird. I actually got some comics from my ex-wife's sister. And my ex-wife and I are still really awesome friends, and she's one of the viewers and commenters on this channel, so shout out. Now I got about, I didn't do an actual count, it's somewhere in the probably the region of 75 to 100 books that she had from the 80s and she doesn't need or want anymore, and she said, do you want them? Through my ex-wife, and the answer was, well, of course. And at first I took a look at like one or two books and I was thinking, you know, they're nice books, I'll add them to my collection, there's no intrinsic value. But then I got them all and I started going through them, and there's some really interesting keys in this collection. I mean, most of them aren't 9/8, most of them will never be 9/8. Some of them might be in the high 9s if I do some press and clean. But I wanted to show you some of the keys that were in this batch. One of them in particular is going to, well, blew my mind. It's going to blow your mind. Okay, so I've got a little stack here. These are just some of the keys that I pulled. And obviously there's some condition issues. They need pressing and that kind of thing. But first up, Huntress 1. It's got a little bit of a cover fleck missing in the top corner, but otherwise, after a press, it's in really great condition. So I actually don't know how much the cover fleck is going to cost me. I think it's going to cost me at least a whole grade, if not more. But really, I have a copy of this already, and it's in much worse condition than this. So I'm really happy to have that in the collection. Another one I would never have said was a key, but for some weird reason on Go Collect, this is like, people are selling this for big bucks. Dino Riders 1. I don't look at me, don't know why this is going for popular, but it's in really great condition. After a press and clean, I can certainly probably get a 9.6, 9.8 out of this. So that's really awesome. A book that you saw me comment on that I picked up at a local store a few weeks back. I've got my third copy of it, and again, it's a square bound, and after a bit of a press, I think I can, and which is always tricky with a square bound, but I think I can really get a really high grade out of this. My third copy of Action Comics 600, so that's really cool. Pardon me, I have a bit of a cough, so I do apologize. And I should say, with respect to some of these books, I do have like chunks of the series that have come to my collection, which is really awesome. Like this one, I think I've got some like 12 issues. The Return of Dr. Fate, and I think it's an 87, 88 year. Really great condition. As a matter of fact, I actually just picked this up, and I haven't done a video to include it yet, but I actually picked up one at that local comic store. The bookstore that has the discounted comics I've been getting stuff at, I actually got one as well. So I've just picked up two in the last week, which is really cool. Next up is Cloak and Dagger, The Mutant Misadventures of Cloak and Dagger 1. I think I've got the first 7 issues now of this series that came from her, so that's really awesome. I'm saving the best one for last. This one has got some condition issues. but I already have one actually at CGC right now, and I'm happy to have this, and I think I'm going to try to press it and see what comes of it. But Power Girl 1, her first solo series. This one has condition issues I'm not going to be able to really do much about. The corners have some issues, but really cool because I've always wanted to have Animal Man. I have the first 12 or 13 issues now, thanks to Loretta. Justice League Europe #1, and again I think the first 7 issues of the series I now have. Hawk and Dove, #1 of the 5-issue series, with the female dove, which you may know I have a number of copies of, but now I have issues 1 through 5, the entire short run, followed by the ongoing series that happened after. I've got the first 4 or 5 issues, including #1. I got a whole bunch of independent things like May's Agency, Evangeline, Human Gargoyles, things from Eclipse, from comics, other sort of small independent publishers that kind of were in their heyday in the 80s. Count Duckula, 1 through 8 from Marvel. Solar Man #1 from Marvel. All 3 issues of the Invasion miniseries, and a lot of the sort of sundry tie-ins for the Invasion angle from the late 80s, from comics like Captain Atom and Firestorm, Justice League Europe, that sort of thing. A couple of issues of Reed Fleming, World's Toughest Milkman, so that's really cool. But see, here, oh man, okay, so, yeah. I'm stoked. Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Sandman, Neil Gaiman, which is uber hot right now because the series is going into development. Neil Gaiman properties are super hot. Sandman's always been popular. Like it's just something I've never had. Now I have them, and this one needs a little bit of love. The #1. There's some wear along the spine, not spine flex per se, but you can see there's some color breaking along the spine. The corners are in great condition though, and there's no real spine ticks, and I'm hoping, and the back is in really beautiful condition as well. Now I have to go through it with a fine-tooth comb, but I'm hoping there's no bends or tears and things that I'm not noticing. I'm blind, so I have to do that when I'm looking at comics now. So yeah, that's awesome. So shout out to Loretta, and thank you so much. These are great additions to my collection. I'm looking forward to getting some of these cleaned up and sent to CGC and graded at some point in the near future. And speaking of CGC, those books that I sent in May, including the She-Hulks and the Eternals and the Adventures of the Planet of the Apes and New Mutants 87 and all those other ones, they should be coming back to me shortly, and I should have a list of the completed grades. I'm hoping midweek this week, it sounds like. So yeah, I'm gonna jump ahead and look. There's no way I'm gonna wait for the box to get here because that's been freaking me out since May. So yeah, I'm gonna look. I'm just telling you up front. But I will share the unboxing when I do get the books. I can't wait to share with you, and I'm crossing my fingers they're as awesome as I'm hoping they're gonna be. Thank you very much. Have yourselves a great night. Take care. Talk to you soon. Oh, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified for new content. Tell your friends. Come to my Instagram page. Links in my bio. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a great night.